Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of my favorite statues. It's the trio of the guys singing I Wish I Was 18 Again. The one in the middle is Frankie Cupo from Jersey City. The one on the guitar, I didn't know all these years, he was a drummer, Tommy Cavalucci, and he doubles on the guitar. And here I am playing the saxophone. And we're known as the old geezers, the three old geezers from Jersey City. Many times I fall asleep in my chair. Then I dream that I'm Bobby Sachs somewhere. Much younger than I am, but I love my music life. I like to play it again. Just to have a chance to play back the music and let my sax ring out. Oh yeah. To play pretty for the people, no doubt.
We're filming and he's sleeping, Bob! Bob, wake up, Bob! Bob!
Oh, excuse me. I take my naps in here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the courtyard. This is my Italian-American Bible that I have personally, and I have all my VIPs. Now, I got permission to mention some of the names, so here it goes. I'm only going to read this once and then forget about it. Thank you with love, my mother Pauline and father William Bradford. My grandparents, my gooch, Michael Carbone and Francesca Carbone from Italy to Jersey City, 77 Logan Avenue in the Marion section of New Jersey. Mount Carmel Church Band, where I got my first saxophone, in which I still have today. In loving memory, Jimmy Durante, the entertainer teacher. Bernie Sweeney, the Irish godfather, who loved my showmanship with the sax. I could do no wrong, but he always broke my Corleones. Jack Inwood, close friend and personal consigliere advisor. Danny Lamego and the Jumpin' Jacks, Mr. Showman. The Gophers, who loved my audition and wanted me to join their show group in Las Vegas. Great group. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is my Bobby Sachs Mount Rushmore virtuoso saxophone players. Vito Musso, Fausto Papetti, Boots Randolph, Sam Butera. Update, as of the present, the old and new country clubs, my good friend Danny Allo and family. Our families go back generations from Italy. Billy from Philly, 75th birthday party. Thank you, Bill Pareca, for your lovely note. Means a lot to me. Amore. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a metronome, and it gives perfect timing in music. I relate this to my personal doctor, Alberto Rosa, MD. Dr. Rosa, this is for you. Dios te bendiga. Yo te amo siempre. Gracias. And the boys, thank you also. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with all due respect, a very special, respectfully submitted love of words to the Italian American Honor Society for their wineries, bake shops, Atlantic City, Las Vegas, New Orleans, Florida, New York, and countless private parties I entertained for and love. P.S. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. They made me many priceless offers I could not refuse. Period. Because I'm also family. Gabish. Last but first in my life, the most precious love of all, Carol Lee Bradford. My baby cakes. Carol, say some words, please.
Bobby, you have brought so much entertainment and pleasure to so many people over your lifetime, and lots of laughter. I don't think you could imagine your life without music. The best thing about music is that no one can take it away from you. Music is the food of love. So, Bobby, I simply say to you, play on.
Here's my surprise for you, my love. Our wedding reception in Jersey City, March 24th, 1995. Also, my mother's birthday, and thanks to Carol for that date. Also, thank you, Tommy Cavalucci and Vinnie Giles, for the great music at our wedding reception.
Bobby, I think you're the best. I love you with everything I have in me to love anybody with. I will always love you, and I will always be there for you. And wherever you stand is home to me. And I think you're the most caring, loving, sharing person I've ever known. And I'm proud to carry your name. Thank you.
Tell everybody. Tell everybody about our dates.
Oh, okay. You probably, those of you who don't know the story completely, I will tell you that, well, let's see, on our first date, Bobby and I agreed to meet. We talked on the phone for an hour, perfect strangers. I liked everything he said on the phone. I liked his voice. I thought he sounded a little strange at times, but I thought, well, it'd be interesting. I agreed to meet him, so he came looking for me, and he couldn't find the house. I said to my daughter, he's standing me up. He's 5 minutes late. He said he's always on time. So I look out the window, and
I spent a half hour looking where she was, and I said, this girl better be good.
He came around the bend finally, and I looked out the window. I said, oh my God, Caroline, look who's coming. He looks really good, doesn't he? And he came up, and he right away pet the cat, and he said hello to my daughter. And I thought, oh, he's gentlemanly, you know. I liked him right away. So we went, where do you go on a first date? We went to the diner, because guys don't want to waste a lot of money on a first date, so they take you to a diner. So you sit over coffee, and we had little omelets and things, and as we're sitting there, I thought to myself, I liked everything about him, the way he looked, the way he talked, how he sounded. But I thought to myself, oh God, what you have to go through on a first date today. It's been 25 years for me since I've had a date. So I thought to myself, hey Bobby, I said, could we forget the first date? Why don't we skip to date number 2? Then we don't have to worry about, are you going to call me again? I don't have to go home and sit by the phone and wonder, is it going to ring? So I said, okay. He said, why don't we make this date number 2? So I said, Oh, this is great, because now I know the phone rang.
I said I want to get to the third.
Now, now I know I don't have to wait for date number 2. The phone already rang. So now here I am. I know he's going to call because here we are in date number 2. So I said, well, what do you do in date number 2? So Bobby said, why don't we skip to date number 3? So I said, okay, but what do you do in date number 3? Now the guy has to worry. Oh, I have to take it to a fancy restaurant, because that's where you go. You go to wine them and dine them. How many times am I going to have to wine and dine this lady? So we decided we'd go to date number 3. So then I said, well, what do we do with date number 3? So he said, well, how would you like to come back to my place? I said, that'd be fine. I said, after all, we already know date number 1, date number 2. I know you called. I know you called again, because now it's date number 3. So I agreed to go back to his place. So he proceeded to take me to his place, but on the way out of the restaurant, I tripped down the stairs, knocked into the tray that the waitress had the food on, and I turned to him and said, well, that's because I was looking at you, Bobby. And I thought, well, now he thinks I'm a klutz, but anyway, so then we went to his house, and he proceeded to walk me around the grounds. He showed me all his landscaping, and he showed me all his decorating. I thought, oh, this is good, because he's talented. He's like my dad. He works with his hands. This can't be too bad. So then he took me inside, and he proceeded to show me his whole house, every room. And I thought, oh, God, I started to get nervous. And then I said, what do they do on date number 3 today? So then he finally walked me into the sitting room, which is now his music room, and he sat in his favorite chair, and I sat on his couch next to his chair, and I sat there, but I forgot to tell you one interesting part. While we were on our first date, I proceeded to tell Bobby that. I said, you know, Bobby, everybody has to have 3 hugs a day just to be healthy, and they need 6 hugs a day for growth, but you need 12 for maintenance. I said, are you getting him? He said, no, but I promise you can collect 1 before this date is over. So when we were at his house, when it was time for me to leave, which I thought it was time to leave because I was like getting nervous, I said, do you think I can collect that hug now? So over I went. He was sitting in the chair and I was standing up. He didn't proceed to stand up. He stayed sitting. For the first time, I was taller than him. So I looked down at his big brown eyes and he looked up at mine. I got the hug and he said, he was even a gentleman. Can I kiss you? I said, yes, you can. Here we are.
Now I'd like to dedicate this song to my lovely wife. This is our song. I hope you like it.
It's only on 22.
You know what happens though?
Here's a song like mother, like daughter. Sweet Carolee, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe they never would. Sweet Carolee. Let's try it one more time. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe they never would. Sweet Caroline. Okay, everybody, let's really do it. Let's do it one more once. Here we go. Sweet Carolee, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe they never would. Sweet Carolee. Before I talk next, I'm going to have a little bit of Santino's red wine. That always puts me to sleep in my afternoon fiesta. Ladies and gentlemen, it's nice to be important, and it's important to be nice. Thank you for being nice and making me feel important. We supplied the music. Hope you supplied the romance. But now, I think of my life as vintage wine from fine old kegs, from the brim to the dregs, how it poured sweet and clear. It was my entertaining saxophone good years. Thank you, Jesus, for giving me my saxophone and music to me. I did it Bobby Sacks way. Excuse me while I disappear. Arrivederci. Don't forget, take the cannolis.